Dude, you can't use that one either.
It's the only one I can...
You cannot use that one. Sounds like a freaking turkey. Nope, I can't do that.
It'll just be for all day. They're all stuck? I've tried 4 of them and I can't get them off.
I'm gonna hurt myself. Yeah! I'm in the kitchen of 26A and I got relegated to do this, put on the cabinet hardware. So I'm checking it out for the first time. See what we've got. Looks like kind of a standard setup. All pulls instead of knobs. So it means 2 holes per. And a little bit of coverage there, but not much. So what I'm looking for is how much room do I have to mess up that this will cover? That's what's important about, you know, how fast I can do this. So not much room. And I'm thinking align the bottom of this with the bottom of that, which is not where the screw hole is though. So I need to measure the difference. Jamie's gonna sand this spot where we bondoed earlier, and I guess that's to keep you flat.
I thought it wouldn't hurt to try this because it's the biggest, flattest thing. It might give me the best looking flat result, you know? I could be wrong. It might take a whole lot of sanding with
Yeah, I was gonna say.
to get what I want. But I mean, well, I think try it, you know? Nothing wrong with that.
Let me feel it. Let me feel it. You got a bit to go.
Okay, I think we're gonna have to get the power sander here. To
get the orbital
out. Yeah, I got one in the truck, but this is kind of fun, so you know, not a bad idea. Now close your eyes and see if you can find the joint. Can you feel it?
I cannot feel it.
Can you see it?
I mean, I can see it. You did have to get through that thick layer of the, oh man. Yeah, that feels fantastic. See, that's gonna look like primo. They're gonna wonder how we got a piece of wood shaped like that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh, you know.
Well,
so.
and you can tell, you know, I was actually sanding a large area because you could just bear down on that one spot.
Yeah.
But you might hollow it out.
Yeah.
Hollow. You don't want that. You cannot perceive that it's there. It's finally time to pull the trigger on this stair nosing. Now, I've been putting it off because for a while I couldn't figure out what to do. They do make this bullnose piece right here for the flooring, and it was special order, so I got 2 of them in case I screw up. Unlikely. What we're doing is measuring what we suspect the nosing overhang is going to be on the standard treads here. 1.25 inches is what our plan is. And so we'll let this stick off 1 inch, and this will add another 1/4 of thickness to the front edge. We're gonna put a support piece under the edge of the flooring because you don't wanna step on that. It could bend right here a little bit, maybe break. This piece of pressure treated wood is gonna do the job. We're gonna glue and screw it under there to have an absolute solid support, and then this cover will just go over top of that. I think it's gonna work just fine, and we're only doing all this now because I wanna put this piece of wood down that is gonna allow us to bolt the railing straight down to the subfloor without pinching the floating floor. That's the purpose of this piece of trim. Also to give us something to trim underneath the edge to cover the drywall.
A lot of stuff coming together all in one spot.
Yeah, so we ended up here to there, to there, to this, to that. Now we're doing this. It sort of figures itself out though. It's kind of nice, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It sort of self-dictates what you have to do next. And what I really want to do is get this piece prepped and get this floor cut back. We'll have a little rabbited edge where this flooring is going to be covered, but it will be allowed to slip and move underneath it, right?
Yeah, so this flooring, if you didn't realize it, is tricky around stairs or like a stairwell opening, whereas a normal wood floor, you know, the thickness of the wood 3/4, you can make a matching bullnose 3/4 and just stick it off. Same here, you can just make a piece that sticks off, you trim up under that. This is trickier. it requires special pieces and more thinking, to say the least. Even Arlo was up here. Like, there was a lot of numbers and talking. That's when I was like, well, I'm out of here.
Oh man, I just hope we're getting it right. I think we are. Really, the only thing I want to do is to be able to measure to build these metal handrail sections. And I'm doing all of this simply to be able to find out what is the length of this board, go ahead and have it installed so I can measure for the handrails.
How much was this thing? How much did that cost at one piece?
I don't even know. I didn't even ask.
I mean, you gotta have it, but...
Gotta have it. I mean, I bet it was expensive.
Yeah.
You can look it up.
I was a little worried it was gonna stick up too much and be like a trip hazard. You know, at the top of the steps, you don't really want something sticking up. But, I mean, that's only like, just over a 1/16 of an inch thick right there. So, I think it's okay.
I think it's going to be fine. I don't know how we're going to attach it. Somebody said there's special glue.
Lexio.
I mean, I was thinking double stick tape, honestly.
No, that could
Yeah,
work.
but don't you think
That would add some
that might
thickness, though.
stick it up, though.
Yeah, we don't want to add any extra thickness. I would say just
I think
a little bit of Lexel.
might be the do thing.
Sticks to
You like my sound effects?
And if you really want to make sure it's sticking to that, you could sand it a little bit, give it a little tooth. Both pieces a little bit.
Nice.
Okay, I like that.
So they say the mark of a good carpenter is that you know how to hide your mistakes or work around them. I misdrilled a hole somewhere here, like visible, misdrilled it. If Jason, if you can spot it, I'll give you $20 without looking on the inside.
Oh, without looking on the inside.
Yeah, no. Look all around. It could be any of them.
Time's up.
Well, I haven't even got a chance to
No,
look
look at all of them up close, at least.
This one.
Nope.
Yeah, it is. And why
Where?
is that one so much higher than the other ones? What is it? Which one is it?
Find it.
No, I can't find
Don't
it.
you want $20?
No, I don't care about $20. I just want you to buy me lunch.
Can you find it?
It's in the kitchen on the other side.
No, it's in here. Don't look on the inside.
Oh, it's this one right here.
Yep. Yeah, that's cheating.
Congratulations.
All right, let's have a closer look here.
I don't see it.
Pretty good, huh?
Not bad. I'm sure you got good practice on fixing mistakes.
I think we got it figured out. Check out my board here. See how it has a recessed edge there?
Yep.
That's called a rabbit, like the old Volkswagen car. Remember that?
Or the animal.
We traced the outer line all the way around and then came in 1/4 of an inch and drew another line.
Okay.
That's going to be the cut line. And so this will sit down and be nailed tight to the subfloor, and all the flooring around it will have room to float.
Nice.
That's it. It's time to cut it.
I like how you severely scribbled out the one line so you wouldn't accidentally be like, oh, I'll cut this line.
Do you have any idea how much work it would be if I cut the wrong line?
Yeah, it would be a lot.
I know you do, but for our viewers, that is a major catastrophe.
Yeah, we'd have to take a lot of this floor up and redo the floor. Especially since I just drilled a hole in the wrong place and had to fix it over there. It does happen. I literally just marked it the wrong number.
Wow. Good move.
I'm gonna pay more attention. Maybe I need more coffee.
So you do.
I probably don't. That's probably the problem. It is nice that this hardware came with this type of screws that have this little non-threaded sections that it gives you room to cut these to whatever length you like without messing up the threads. And for that reason, I can drill all the way through the front of this drawer and the back. It has this other layer behind it here. I don't have to take the front off and then attach the hardware to that and then reassemble it to the drawer. I can just stick these through and let's see. We need to cut them off, like probably 2 of the sections of thread need to get cut off and then they'll work. This video is brought to you by Factor Meals, and they deliver fresh, never frozen, delicious and nutritious meals right to your doorstep that are ready in about 2 minutes.
So if you're too busy to cook by trying to cram in all the activities you want to hit by the end of the summer like I am, and you still want to eat well, I'd make sure to check them out. With Factor, you can skip the extra trip to the grocery store and the chopping and the prepping and the cleaning up too, while still getting the flavor and nutrition and the quality you need. And if you need an extra boost to support your wellness goals and feel your best for the rest of summer, try Protein Plus meals with 30 grams of proteins or more per serving. You can also get breakfast stuff and snacks, great for the lake. And there's plenty of options, so it's not like I'm eating the same thing every day. There's 34 plus chef-prepared, dietitian-approved weekly options, and they have eclectic flavors. They're not plain Jane. So this August, get Factor and enjoy eating without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door, ready in just 2 minutes. No prep, no mess. Head to factor75.com or click the link below and use our code Perkins50 to get 50% off your first Factor box. That's factor75.com. Use code Perkins50 and get 50% off your first box. For these drawers, what I'm doing is measuring the panel, the inside panel here. It's 8.5. I'm gonna find the center, 4 1/4, and then I'm gonna measure 1.5 inches each side of that to give me 3 total. So there's 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches, and just double check that that's exactly 3. So we're good, and then I'm just gonna basically do the same thing this way. The inside of the panel is 2 3/4, so that would make it 1 3/8, if my math is right. 1 3/8, so there's my spot. 1 3/8. Erase my other marks. And I'm doing one extra step as I got this shim, which is just shy of the measurement, to just give myself something hard to kind of look, okay, is it the same exact spacing up on both of those? And yeah, I think it looks pretty good. And drill it through. Make sure there's nothing back there, of course. Yep, clear. I'm oversizing these just a little. Getting my handle, which it takes about as long to get these handles out of the packaging as it does to put them on. I've got one plastic wrap, another foamy thing. I've got my 2 screws that are already cut off to length. Pop in. And then I'm just starting the threads on each of the sides before I pull anything tight, just in case something's a little crooked, which it could be. Get that started. Okay, I think that started as well. And I've got my drill set on like super easy mode. Otherwise I wouldn't recommend using an impact. Let's see. Oh, are we, what? Well, there we go. Okay, so you can see I've got these different settings. I've got it on the very easiest torque setting so that I don't, you know, blow something out here. Let's give it a little snug. And that's it, one pull. Kitchen A is done, got all the knobs on, just gotta clean up. I made a huge mess. Whoops.
I think it looks good.
Sweet.
I think it looks way good. This thing is done, right?
Yeah, well, need a countertop,
Yeah.
sink, faucet, appliances, food, cold beverages,
People.
people.
How come every time I find you, you're laying down in a closet?
Trust me, I'd rather be doing anything in the world than laying down in this closet. I'll tell you that much right now.
Painting?
I'd rather paint than do this.
All right, see ya.
This sucks.
Leonardo da Vinci with that thing.
Yeah.
Now I need to find a stain color to make it look like that. I gotta say though, I'm happy with the grain The appearance of the grain is similar
It is very similar.
to this, whatever that is. But that's why we picked red oak. White oak would have been even better.
Yeah.
But you can't get white oak treads for a reasonable price. So the red oak treads are like maybe $30 to $50, and the white oak treads are double that.
Wow.
Double.
Holy cow.
Yeah, $100 each.
Whoa.
And then how many? It was like 14
Yeah, 14 on
times
each.
2.
Yep. So
2,800, 3,000 bucks just in treads.
it'd be a lot. It'd be
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
It's not economical.
How you guys doing?
Dude, we are fading.
Excuse me?
We are fading.
Can't even hear you.
Yeah, we are fading quick, dude. Ray and I are spent. I
Okay.
got freaking carpal tunnel in my finger. Look at it. It's like bent. Completely bent from pushing on that thing.
All right.
Yeah, we're
It is
done.
like after 4. It's like 90 degrees.
Dude, we're done.
We are back on site this morning again, and we're going to start the day by getting a coat of paint on these stairwell walls and also all of the risers and skirt boards so that when Jamie comes and installs the treads, we don't get paint all over them. They're a little harder to cover safely because, you know, whatever you cover them with, if you set a ladder on it or something to paint later, it may move around. So we're just going to get this done and keep checking off the list. There we go. We got one coat on one side, and I think there's going to be at least 2 coats on each side. That was totally not fun. But Ray said it was maybe more fun than painting the walls and all that around the stairwell. What do you think?
I think it has to be more fun.
Well, I don't know. I would argue that this is
Okay.
just as tedious
Well, I'll
and
do the
sucky.
stairs over there, and you do the walls in here.
Now you're making me wonder if you're actually volunteering. Maybe I believe you. Okay, all right. Arlo's got a pretty cool trick here. What he needs to do is rip a slight angle on this piece of decking right here. And to do that, he is pin nailed a very straight trim board to the back, leaving a little overhang here down to nothing is where the bevel should stop. Then he's just gonna set the width on the table saw to that 3.5 and run it. Is that right?
That's, you got it exactly
And so,
right.
yeah, you'll get a perfectly straight, even bevel. You could try to do that by hand with like a skill saw, circular saw, with varying results depending how good your line is or how good you are at running a circular saw. So here we go. Just gonna set it up.
So I'll go right there,
Okay.
and what will happen will be...
All right. Look at that. Perfectly flush with your PC nailed on there. What's this for?
It's for that front.
Oh, it's under the sliding door.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
threshold. Okay. Perfect.
Might have
Nice
put
work.
too many pin nails on there.
Don't over nail it. Oh, there you go. Now you got it. There you go. The pin nails stayed with the piece of backing there. Yeah. Oh, except for 2 of them.
Here, I'll bust them off. And then I gotta add to this thing the other way. It's gotta be thicker, but that's all good.
Arlo was saying you could maybe do this same thing with super glue, a couple dots of super glue, and then break it loose.
Yep.
It's all about getting that straight cut. All right, here's the deal. It is 4:15, but we have painted all day, and painting's not that exhausting, like physically, I don't think, but like mentally. Now, if you're a surgeon, don't take this personally, but I feel like I'm doing surgery, like focusing on where I'm cutting with the brush like all day. So I'm fried. We're gonna go down to BCO, get a cold one, and call it a day.
Call it a week.
Yeah.
Yo!
Arlo, stop working. Stop working.
Dude is so sweaty.
He's like, he won't stop. Listen, it's right back to the drill. What? I can't hear you.
I think he's still talking to us, too.
All right, let's pack up.